Hey folks, how you doing? The Rhum and Eigg. I'm on the coast today. I'm up for a few days, so we're in no particular hurry. And we've got better weather. That last trip to the southern Cairngorms, that was kind of wild. And actually at home since that trip it's been pretty wild, but forecast for the next couple of days is not too bad, so we'll enjoy it while it lasts. A wee bit breezy, and it's not an ideal wind. It'll be blowing me out to sea if I'm not careful, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. But this afternoon, this evening, I think I'm just going to clamber around the coast. So let's go. I didn't pack with any great care, so let's see what we've got here. We've got a few bits and pieces. I've got an axe because I need to buck up some of this wood. It's actually wood that's for my wood stove. I have a teepee and a wood stove. Might be a quicker way to do this. There we go. Splitting up some of these logs, get the fire going a bit quicker. Surprisingly tough. See if I can build myself a wee seat. You're too far away to see what I'm doing. Bits of asparagus, I'm just breaking them up. Does anybody else not like the woody bits on the end? Bit of a waste, I know, but I like the soft bits. Portobello mushroom. Okay, I'm going to eat this up and then I'll get back to you. Like throw a log on the fire. Get a cup of tea on the go and then I'll head back to the van. Van camp tonight. Paddling into the wind here, it's a northerly wind. I didn't do much filming earlier because it was quite hard keeping the boat tracking. The wind's died a lot now. Quite nice paddling conditions now. Sorry you're looking at my feet again. It's just easier if I mount the camera in the middle of the boat. If I put it away on the end, then I've got to pull in to shore to turn it around. I've just pulled into this wee bay for a wee rest from the wind. It's a northerly wind, like I said. It's fairly hard paddling today. I've had a much longer paddle than I expected. I had my van parked up at the best put-in, and then I hiked the coast last night and did a wee bit of filming and cooked up on the shore. It's quite late when I got back to the van. Can't believe it. There was a caravan parked about 30 centimetres away from the van, right across my window. So basically, I had a view of the back of their caravan. I moved. I drove down the coast a little bit, which was okay, I don't mind. But it's given me a much longer paddle today. And I haven't filmed very much of it because it's quite choppy out and it's quite hard to film and paddle. And the fishing rod's with me, I haven't done a single cast. These are the Skerries, little islands, a whole clutch of little islands off the coast near Arisaig. And it's a bonny spot, but you've got to be careful because some of them just get covered in no more at high tide, and it's a low high tide. There's not much of a tide just now, and so it'd be easy to paddle along in the chop where you can't see and paddle onto the top of one of these wee skerries and get tipped out the boat. Some of them are quite big. There's one of them that's a little bit further out that I've camped on. Most of them, even although they don't all get covered by a high tide, if there's any wild water or wild weather, the waves break over the tops of them, so they're not safe for camping on. But there's one that's a little bit higher. If you look on the Ordnance Survey map, you'll see it's actually got a couple of contour lines on it. And it's quite difficult to get out of the boat and get onto it, but if you can get out, it's a grand place to camp. But it's not for tonight. Although it's flat cam here, it's quite choppy out there. As soon as I get out of the lee of this wee island, I start getting thrown about again, so stay closer to shore. Now I've got my camping gear on the back. So I'm planning on shore camping tonight. I had a grand night in the van last night. I was tired. Good sleep. I'm going to go and check out this camping spot. Don't worry, I'm not leaving the canoe here, the kayak here. Why am I calling it a canoe today? I'm not leaving the kayak here. I'm going to come back and make sure it's high and dry. Actually, I think I'm going to go back out on the water, to tell the truth. I'm going to do a bit of fishing, but I want to check out this this spot. Okay, so I found my wee camping spot. I think I've actually found a better place to pull in as well. Although I do like that wee bay. Got a slightly heavier sleeping bag tonight. I van camped last night and I was in my summer bag, and it was a wee touch cold in the early hours of this morning. I had that in the van, so I brought the heavier bag. Sitting fairly stationary in the water. Drifting very slightly. Got an incoming tide now. sure how much you can see. You've got the sun in your eyes and there's salt in your eyes as well. There's a wee bit of salt on the lens. I haven't bothered with the fishing. Meters of water here, but it's a sandy base. Not going to get any pollock here. And then amongst the rocks it's very shallow, so plenty of the coalies, but there'll be coalfish, but won't be any pollock in there either. There'll be plenty mackerel a bit further out, but I don't want to go a bit further out tonight. Probably hear that wind. Well, it's fine and easy in here, it'll be a bit rougher out there. I can't quite see my camp, but I can see the tripod that I had set up when I was filming earlier on. The big tripod is glinting in the sun, in the evening sun. Guide me back to shore. Have a look at the sun. Paddling around all day with these rods and hardly tried a cast. Oh, there's the seals behind me, 2 of them. Or maybe it was 1, double vision. Don't know if the camera caught that, that'd be nice for you. Anyhow, incoming tide. Get the gear up. You can see the tide comes to here, which is about 5 meters away from my tent, but it's not a super high tide tonight. High tide is around 1 o'clock in the morning. So depending on what we do tomorrow, we might work with the tide and paddle back, but I don't know, I might get up. I'll see how I feel. It's been quite a busy day. A lot of paddling today, a lot of exercise. So if I have a long lie, I could catch an incoming tide. Anyway, I'm not too worried. Whatever the tide's doing, we can hug the coastline. I'm sure we'll get back okay. Anyhow, I better get that boat in. It's good to be out the dry suit. I've had it on all day. Still a wee bit breezy. I could actually turn the tent round now if I wanted, but I don't think I need to. I can unzip the door in the morning and look straight out at that view. Do you want to have a look? Let me turn you around. How about that? Not much daylight left. It is 10:30 actually, it's not that late. It just feels late. So I'm going to turn in with my book and get some sleep, and we'll just see what happens tomorrow. We've got two tides tomorrow. We've got one going in and one going out. That probably doesn't surprise you. I know you're smarter than that. We'll pick one of them for paddling back. Like I say, it's a bit further to the van than I originally planned, because my good friend with his caravan. I wonder if he's still there. Tomorrow's Wednesday, 27th of June. It's not a bad way to spend a Wednesday. Right, I'm blethering on here. Turn the camera off, read my book, leave you in peace, and we'll get back to you in the morning, folks. Good night. Morning, folks. It's a glorious morning. It'll be even better when I get some coffee on the go. Woke up at around 6:30. The tent was starting to heat up. It was getting a bit warm, but I unzipped my sleeping bag and then I dozed for another half an hour or so. It's still early. Conditions look beautiful on the water. So let's get some coffee on the go. Not a bad place to enjoy my morning coffee. I'm looking across to the island of Eigg, and the obvious hill on Eigg is the Skerries of Eigg, but there's another hill. It appears as a great long wedge, and I haven't actually climbed it. I've climbed the Skerries, but I've never climbed the other hill. Looks like the high point is away to the north, so it'd be a long walk from the ferry terminal. I feel a visit to Eigg coming on again. And then behind Eigg I can see the Rhum cooling. Still got one or two wee hills to do on Rhum, so maybe there's another video, another visit. Plenty to do. Second cup of coffee this morning to get me going. That's the hills of Skye away in the distance there. Black cooling of Skye. That's the Rhum cooling over there. I think the Rhum cooling's probably out of shot. That was a grand trip to Skye. When was that? It was about 3-4 weeks ago. I'm going back to Skye next month. In fact, I've got a bit of a Hebridean tour coming up. We're going to take the van across. They start away down on Vatersay and then up through Barra, Arisaig, South Uist, Benbecula, North Uist, and then I'm going to go across from Berneray to Paris, and then I'll probably go up into the southern part of Lewis. There's some nice hills there. A lot of people think all the hills are on Harris, but there's some on Lewis as well. And then after that I'll get the ferry across to Eigg and Skye, and then I'll work my way down through Skye. That's next month, so there'll be a period next month where there's not very many videos coming out, but I'll take the camera with me, and when I eventually get home I'll do a bit of editing and see if I can get 1 or 2 videos of that trip. I don't have a particular plan for the trip. I have a route in mind, and there's a couple of things that I would like to do. There's a couple of things that I'd like to share with you. And then some of it is just going to be just wandering around and taking life easy. I'm not sure that there's much of a video in that, but there's 1 or 2 wee adventures that I'm planning that would be nice to share with you. So I'll take the cameras. It'd be grand if the weather was like this for the duration. Unlikely, but grand. Well, that's me more or less ready. Out on the water. See what the conditions are like. Looks lovely out there. Beautiful day on the water. I've taken a longer route back, further out into the Skerries. I'm still on the landward side of the big Skerry though, the one that I mentioned I camped on. That was a couple of years ago now. So I think I'm going to wrap this video up here. I'm going to paddle back to shore. Get my gear loaded up and then I'll probably cook a bit of early dinner. I've got a long run down the road. So we'll get back to you soon with another video, another adventure. I'm planning on a couple of trips to the hills, and I don't usually film my trips to the hills, but I think I might take the camera along, and especially if there's good weather we could enjoy a hill trip together. That last hill trip that I filmed in the southern Cairngorms, that was quite challenging to film that with the weather. So I've still got a wee bit to go, a wee bit of paddling to do. I switch off the camera, put a bit of effort into this paddling rather than drifting. Thanks for watching, thanks for viewing, I really appreciate it. I particularly appreciate the people that come back and view time and time again, that are following the adventures. That's just grand. It's a good incentive to keep going. So I'll say bye for now, and we'll get back to you on the next one. Look forward to it. Thanks again for joining me, folks. Bye now.